Hey everyone, Jake here again with Clackacraft Boats. Hey, I wanted to show you guys, I get this question sometimes, what should I have in my boat? What should I take in my boat? I go to my buddies' boats and they got way too much crap in their boat. There's things everywhere they don't use. So I'm trying to be better about it myself. I'm not saying I'm not OCD by any means, but I do have to, kind of set an example here with customers and stuff. So I want to show you, this is the Magnet Power Drifter, and some of these items you'd use in your drift boat as well, but kind of what I bring along that I think is needed for us to be safe out there, have the right tools, whatever, comfortable if you're on the river, those kind of things, and some safety devices too. Thing about safety devices is a couple things. There's all kinds of them now. You can see in here I just had thrown in some of my, I try to leave these boxes cracked too, and because you get moisture and stuff, and this stuff will mold really easily if you don't keep it cracked. I'm fortunate I get to keep the boat in the shop here. But one quick thing about life jackets I wanted to talk to you guys about too. A lot of people don't know this. They might have these inflatable life jackets, and they're good to go. They don't need to wear them. They're just going to leave them in their boat and latch them. Well, you can get it, at least in Oregon, I'm sure many other states, you can get a ticket if you have inflatables in the boat. They don't count unless you're wearing them. Something really important to know. If you have these type of life jackets in here, it doesn't matter. I guess they consider this, you throw this to somebody, they could try to put it on, I guess, in the water. Where these inflatables aren't going to work that way if somebody's already overboard. So, these you don't have to wear. You can have them stowed away. As far as I know, unless something's changed on that, you can have these stowed away. But if you have inflatables, wear them anyways. You already got your waders on, everything else. They're not too intrusive. The ones I got, this is like, they call them the vest style, where you can put them on. You put them on like a vest, in and over around. They're easy to wear. They don't really get in the way. You don't even know they're there. And it's good. You're cold, it's wintertime, you get your waders on. This could save your life. So wear them. That's the important thing. I like to do this one here. It's a belt style. You wear it to the front. And then what you do, if it's inflated, you put it up over your head. It's good for wading, all kinds of stuff. It doesn't get in the way. It's the belt style. It goes right there along with my wading belt. So that's kind of the style I like to use, unless, I have those in there. I got all kinds of stuff, but these belt style are really cool. This is one of my boxes here. This is kind of the one that's loaded up with all the gear I need for that. It's a throw bag. If you're in a bigger river situation, you might keep this more available. You basically take this and throw it out, hold the rope, and you could rescue somebody with that. It's not mandatory to have this in your boat, but it's not a bad idea either. Again, it could save somebody's life. And they don't really take up too much room. So that's a good idea to have that. What else has Jake got in his boat here? Let's see here. I got kind of a towel I just threw in there to keep stuff from rattling around. First aid kit, don't think about it, but they're small enough, easy enough to have in there. They're cheap enough. Again, could save somebody's life, but it could also save your finger if you cut it or whatever. You have some stuff in there, some antiseptic, some band-aids, whatnot. It doesn't take up much room. Get one, put it in your boat, your drift boat as well. So any of these items could be put in your drift boat as well. Let's see here. I just got some rubber gloves, so we're out there. Rubber gloves, actually, I think people don't know about rubber gloves. Yeah, you may not be bait fishing, but the nice thing about they actually will keep your hands warm. They're kind of they'll keep your hands from getting. It actually keeps them warmer, so it's not a bad idea. If it's cold out, you can always throw rubber gloves on, and it will help keep the heat in on your hands. And so, just want to wear some. I keep probably too many of them in there, but that's okay. Rubber gloves there. Let's see here. Let's go to that one. TP plastic bags. TP in a Ziploc. That's not a bad idea there. You never know, right? You need that stuff. Let's see, a little sunblock. Well, a little 30 sunblock there. Got some koozies in here. Another thing, eating lunch on the river. All those things where, God, I wish I had a knife, fork. I just threw them there. I had this out of one of my drift boats. Some utensils for on the river. Doesn't take up much space. Let's see here. Then kind of fits in here too. You get these totes, little mini totes at any of your retail grocery stores. Air horn. You don't need one of these. You can just have a whistle. I have one, so I threw it in here. Ooh, that's loud. So I got the air horn there. This is just kind of a catch-all, some fishing tackle stuff I had in here. Scissors, little boomerang tool here, some split shots. I think I got a spare key for the boat in there too, which is not a bad idea. Have a spare key for your jet boat in there. Some leader lines. Probably need to clean that out, but that's a little tote I have with some extra goodies in there. Let's see here. This is the main one. This is what I want to talk about. This is the savior right here. If you're on the river and you need a tool, and basically these tools, this is the only reason I have batteries in there is for we have the bow mount trolling motor. They take AA batteries, so I got a couple extra ones in there if it died on me. I got some batteries in there. Let's see here. Binocs, you never know. With some binocs, these are just cheap little binocs, probably, you know, giveaways or something I had, little Bushnells. Goodies in there. Again, safety lantern. You know, if this broke, lost it, you're not going to start your motor up, so it's not a bad idea. They're cheap. Have an extra one of those in your boat as well. I got some universal, some small screwdrivers, flathead, just kind of extra tools out of my toolbox. I just threw them in here. Let's see here. Knife, you never know if you need to cut something. You got a knife there. Pretty sharp little knife. This is probably if you're not going to have these two other screwdrivers in there, this is the best tool right here because it's universal. I probably don't even need these in there. I'd probably just throw them in there. You got both sizes for flathead, Phillips for small. And then on the opposite side, you can get these at any hardware store. It's universal screwdriver kit. The larger sizes right there. So there's that. And what else do I got? Extra drain plug. Never have, you know, enough extra drain plug, something to have in there. Crescent wrench, just a little guy. But again, you got something going on. Something on the motor, you never know. Hit something. Crescent wrench is always your best friend there. Some needle pliers, get a rock stuck in a grate or something, that might help me get that out, or whatever. You know, I usually have needle nose in there anyways with my tackle stuff. A little pair of, just, again, extra tools I have in my box. Pliers, you know, too many screwdrivers in here, but I got screwdrivers in here. Whistle, I don't know why that's in there. It's a wine opener, you know, you never know. Might find a bottle of wine on the river. Pencil, pens, got some extra hardware in there. I just had in there 1/4 screws for seat boxes, whatever I threw in there. And again, that's just stuff I recommend having in there. Again, these tools will be your best friend if you need them, you know, even on the side of the road or something if you got a breakdown issue. So I kind of want to show you little devices, some stuff I had in my boat. Don't take too much stuff. I probably need to downsize this a little bit. Fits in here really nicely. I still got room for jackets on top of this stuff. You know, clean it up there. See if first aid kit fits in there. You still throw some jackets in there, your life jackets, your fish bonker if you need to. Rubber gloves sitting there real nice. And there you go. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot of weight there either. So check it out. You're going to help build one of these boxes, or you guys get your own ideas, share them with us. We'd love to see it. Thanks for watching the videos. Again, Jake at Clackacraft. Hit us up, like and subscribe. Like you guys watching my videos. Trying to bring the best of my knowledge to the boating world and go from there. So enjoy.